Well, hello, everyone. This is Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. What a show I have for you tonight. I'm going to make you famous in your house. You see all these remotes? I don't care how many you have. We're going to reduce all these remotes down to one. Check it out.
He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Well, hello, everyone. It's Don Baine, the Gadget Professor, coming to you live from our Scottsdale, Arizona studio. It is March 12th. Time is marching on, no pun intended. We have an interesting show for you today. And let's get right into it. We are on episode 198. We are very close to our 200th show anniversary, and I'm going to do something special. I don't know what, but I will do something special. If you have something in mind, let me know. But I've contacted a couple people, and we should have something really cool coming up. I can't believe it's 200 episodes already. In any event, if you'd like to watch The Gadget Professor, certainly the easiest way to do it is just go to our website at thegadgetprofessor.com, or you can find us on iTunes. We have our own Roku channel. Just Google The Gadget Professor, and you will definitely find us because you're watching us now. The other thing I'll point out, and this is important, if you go to the newsletter right there on the right-hand page and click that button right behind my shoulder there, that will actually give you the show notes, the newsletter, which comes out every Thursday evening immediately after the show is posted, and that's typically between 7 and 10 o'clock Arizona time. We do not change our clocks here, so if you're back east, we're 3 hours behind you, and if you're in Las Vegas, we're on the same time as you, and I think the same for California, so definitely check out the newsletter. Check us out on the Facebook page. It's Facebook/ The Gadget Professor. You can write questions. I'll write answers back to you. You can watch our show right on the Facebook page, and I have all kinds of crazy photography. By the way, while I'm talking about photography, here we have a picture of that BenQ Trevelo speaker, which if you go to the Gadget Professor page and scroll down, we did a great review on the BenQ Trevelo, and we still get free shipping on that as far as I know, and that's a great deal, so definitely check that out. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter anytime you want. That would be at Gadget Professor, at Gadget Professor. We tweet hundreds of times a day, and basically all the tweets end up on our Rebel Mouse page, which is essentially taking all the tweets that we tweet, and they will form them into a very nice web page, and you can see visually what we have, and every new gadget that comes out, as it comes out, will be on this Rebel Mouse page. And again, it's easy to follow us on the Rebel Mouse page. Just go to rebelmouse/Gadget Professor, and you'll see some cool things. Click what you like, and you can read all about it. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com, thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. Let's get into it. Hacking is back in, man. Hacking is in again. Homeland Security official. Your company might get hacked, but you can't make it easy for them. I'm just going to read a little teeny bit. This came out about 2 hours ago. If any executives at the Boston area companies think that their company's websites won't be hacked one day or their data stolen, there's bad news for you guys. It's not a question of if, but when. I've been saying that for a while now. And that was the theme of a security panel discussion on Tuesday organized by the New England chapter of the National Association of Corporate Directors, which represents board members of target companies around the region. And I will post this article for you to read. And it's very scary. It's a very engaging article. And it just basically says you are going to get hacked if you have a business, and it could be real bad, and there's certain things that you can do that you have to do to take just minimal precautions, and even at that, you're still going to get hacked. So this is getting to be crazy. It is crazy. All right, let's move on here. Some more hacking news today. Hacked refrigerators aren't the Internet of Things' biggest worry. If you read this article, you will really get a chuckle. As we start to connect more and more things in our life to the web, from our cars to our thermostats to our barbecue grills, it's hard not to worry about these items being hacked. No one wants their toaster to become a spam bot after all. But Kevin Weston, a security analyst at the software company Tripwire, says it's not the things in the Internet of Things that we should worry about. It's these cloud servers with vast databases of personal gathered information from all those connected devices. So this goes on and tells you essentially that someone's not going to really want to hack into your refrigerator or start your car. They want the big databases because it goes on to say that this is a business hacking and it's treated like a business, and there's all kinds of ways that you will get into trouble. And it really cautions you about using these other services where you're going to back up your computer. And I know what you're thinking, what am I going to do? It's encrypted. I'm using this company or that company. My backup's encrypted. It does it automatically. I'm safe. You're not. And this article tells you why. So definitely check that out. Now, how about some free stuff? Everybody likes free stuff. I'm going to say this once. I'll say it twice. This is available today, March 12th. It's 2 o'clock right now in the afternoon in Arizona when I'm recording this. I don't know if this will be available if you're watching the show a week from now or even 3 days from now. But as of right now, this software is available. And if you do any kind of video editing or editing of any audio, video stuff, you definitely want to get this free download. I don't know how long it will be available, but it does some really cool stuff. It's not too hard to use, but right now it's free, and it's put out by Green Screen Systems, Inc. Here's the web page, and they make all kinds of lighting gear, studio gear, software, all kinds of things for video and audio production. So right now, what is free is HitFilm 2 Express green screen software, and it does some very cool things. So it's totally free. If you're at all interested, I would urge you to, as soon as you get the show notes, jump on this and download it. And it will be a licensed, legal, full-blown copy, which is amazing that they're doing this. So jump on that if you're interested. Rolling right along, this is kind of a neat site that I stumbled across for a variety of reasons, but twice, buy and sell women's clothing, fashion shoes, shopping, shop designer brands. You download this app, and it's available both on the Android system and for the iOS. And basically on your first download, if you buy something, you're going to get 50% off it. But off whatever it is that you buy. But what this allows you to do is it allows you to sell and buy clothes and shoes. So if you walk into your closet and have a ton of stuff and it's in decent sellable condition, you take a picture of it, put it up on this website, and you can shop and get 70 to 90% off the retail. And there's thousands of new items every day. It's primarily for women, and it's got is it 4 stars? It's 4 stars out of 4 stars in terms of customer reviews, and it's a free app, and it looks kind of interesting. So if you're in the cleanup mode and want to clean your closets, ladies, this might be a cool way to get some extra cash. And also, if you're looking for stuff at reasonable prices, this is a great app that's free that may help you do that. Now, here's another piece of software, and I've mentioned this a long while ago, but it's really come into its own to the point where I think it's a competitor for Photoshop, quite frankly. Almost everything that Photoshop will do, GIMP will do. And what's nice about GIMP 2.8 in particular is that it's available on the Mac, on the PC. You can put it on your Android, you can put it on your iOS, you can put it on your pad. It really works well, and it's free. And not only is it free, you can get a newsletter. There are tons and tons of tutorials, all free tutorials, that will allow you to learn basically how this works and how to do certain things. You can download it right off the website. It's feature-packed, and if you're into fiddling around with your photographs, this is a great piece of software to do that. Here's some screenshots. Again, it's used for Linux, Microsoft Windows, the Mac operating system, and it's essentially as close to Photoshop as you're going to get, but it's free. So definitely check that out, and don't be worried that you don't know how to use it, because there are so many tutorials on this. It's been around for a long time, but I'd say in the last year it's really evolved to the point where it's an excellent piece of software. Now here's a new app that's kind of neat, and this is called Snag a Job. If you're looking for a job, this is an app, and it actually will, this app, apply for jobs directly from your phone using Snag a Job app. It's the #1 site for hourly paying jobs with full-time, part-time, student, teen, and seasonal jobs posted and available. This app will allow you to search and apply over 350,000 jobs across a variety of industries, including restaurants, retails, and customer service. It's recognized by Yahoo News for its exclusive feature. The Snag a Job map makes it easy to find jobs, apply, and get answers. So if you're trying to snag a summer job, and if you're a college student, or if you have a college student and they want to find a job, tell them to get this app and get to work, because this is all electronic and it keeps updating its database constantly. So you may find jobs that no one else will even know about because you're technically savvy and you watch the Gadget Professor. All right. Here's a piece of software that's kind of chilling in a way, and I call it Pwnless. That's what it's called, and it's Pwnedlist. Each year, hundreds of millions of records are exposed by data breaches. We all know that. And essentially, your government, my government, can be spying on you and you don't even know it. And other bad guys could be spying on you also. So essentially what you do is you load this up, and they claim to have the most comprehensive database of breached credentials, such as email addresses, usernames, passwords, and social media accounts. By continuously uncovering compromised credentials, such as username and passwords, from sources such as hacker dump sites, the black market, Hackville Fist forums, sharing portals, blah, 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 you can be at risk and not even know it. So what this software does is it finds data leaks before they become public knowledge and quickly alerts your company or your email address that you have been hacked and compromised. So this is a very highly intelligent piece of software, and you can log in and check out to see if your company's been hacked, your website, or your email address. And I would definitely look into that. It's pretty neat. Here's another piece of software, similar but not really. Detect is a free tool that scans your Windows computer for traces of FinFisher and Hacking Team RSC, commercial surveillance spyware that has been identified to be used to target and monitor human rights defenders, journalists around the world. It has been well documented that governments are using surveillance technology to target human rights defenders, journalists, political opponents, religious or ethnic minorities, and conduct countrywide surveillance, just what you need. In recent years, we have witnessed a huge growth in the adoption and trade in communication surveillance technology, such as spyware to provide the ability to read your personal emails, listen in on your Skype conversations, or even remotely turn on your computer's camera and microphone without you ever knowing it. I'm not making this up. This is fact. And some of the software is widely available on the internet, while some more sophisticated alternatives are made and sold by private companies. So the long story short is this is something you may want to load on your computer. If you suspect that your work or activities are put at risk of targeted surveillance, you may wish to use Detect to scan your computer for traces of known spyware. And if you have something like that on your machine, it will tell you, and there are certain situations where it will also tell you how to get it off there. So again, you don't want all this stuff on your computer because it's your privacy that's at stake here. So definitely partake in some of these free apps that I've researched for you, because they do work, and it will keep you as safe as you can be. And now what we're going to do is we are going to go to the gadget of the day. And the gadget of the day is a Harmony remote. This particular model that I'm showing you is the 650. Now what this remote will do is it will take all these remotes that, and this is a true story, folks. I have actually had this done at my house, okay? I had 4 remotes. I had one for the TV. I had one for my Denon tuner. I had one for the Sony DVD. And, of course, my favorite one, the Roku box. So I had 4 remotes. And to turn on just the TV alone was challenging, because not only do I have 4 remotes and 4 items, 4 things that run through the TV, I also have the Comcast tuner. So what would happen, and I'm sure this happens at your house, I got one remote to turn the TV on. I have to have another remote to turn the Comcast tuner on. Then I got another remote to turn the Denon receiver on. And it's a chore trying to turn on the TV. And when my wife was alive, she used to always say, "Can't you do something?" And I never did, and I felt bad about that until I actually hooked up my Harmony 650, which I'm embarrassed to say was sitting in my closet probably for the last 2 years. So I'm feeling bad about that. But in any event, I did, let me grab this for you. I did hook up this Harmony remote. This is the model 650. Now, they make a number of models, and really, in the last few years, there's a number of different models out there, and the difference between the different models is how many devices they will control. Now, this particular device, the Harmony 650, is compatible with more than 270,000 home theater devices from over 6,000 brands. You can be confident your Harmony remote will control the device that you have today with those and add tomorrow. Now, what you can do with this, and it's very simple for the most part to set up, is you take the names and in some cases the model numbers and maybe even the serial numbers off of all the devices you have. And the way this works is you actually go in and look up the device that you have. So there's software that's a free download from Harmony, and you'll search for your device. For example, Sony, and the model number would be a KD X460, X500, whatever the model number is, and you search and it will find that, and then you click add, and it adds it to control onto the Harmony remote. So it's very simple to find your device. And what this will further do is this particular device has a color screen. Color's nice. Some of the cheaper models don't have a color screen, but they still work the same way. Let's see here. You'll just see what you need when you need it, like icons for your favorite channels, commands for your devices using the smart display. It will even provide a help button if you need, and I'll get to that in a minute. One-touch button activity. So once you set this up, you no longer need to have one remote to turn the TV on, one remote to turn your Denon or whatever kind of receiver you have on, and another remote to turn on the cable box. This reduces everything for you and knows what the IR code, the infrared code, is for every single unit that you have in your house, and it all loads it automatically into the Harmony remote. So now all I do is say I want to watch TV, and it says right on here, watch TV. I just click the button, and guess what? It turns on the TV, it turns on the tuner, it turns on the Denon tuner, and voila, I'm watching TV. It also turns on my Comcast box, and instead of going to the separate control for the Comcast box, I'm sorry, I have Cox TV. Comcast is back in Rhode Island. But now I can change channels, I can increase the TV volume, I can increase the volume on my Denon receiver. I have total command through one remote to control all controls and all menus that are available on each individual item. That is very, very, very convenient. And that's basically what these Harmony remotes do. The bigger the model, the more devices it will control. They'll even control hundreds of devices. So if you're going wacky like I was with too many remotes, this is an absolute must. How much do they cost? This particular brand model, the 650, the Harmony 650, which by the way is made by Logitech, this sells for about $70, $77. You can find them pretty much anywhere, but it's Harmony remote made by Logitech. The buttons are grouped by how you use them, shaped so that you can feel your way around them in the dark. This is also backlit, and you can navigate to your home entertainment system even if it's pitch black, because it is basically backlit. The buttons can be customized. Customize the buttons on your Harmony remote to optimize your viewing experience. You can program the volume buttons to your AV receiver, color code your buttons to change the TV channels. Whenever you need to add a personal touch to your entertainment activity, you can do it. I actually had this set up so I could turn my Roku box on. Again, one button touch, and my Roku box will automatically come up, and I can change channels just as if I was using the Roku remote. So it's a very, very, very handy device. It's multiple control devices. This particular unit, the 650, controls up to 8 different devices. I don't have 8 units, thank God. I have 6. And I don't think I'm going to be getting any more, so this will grow to 2 more devices. Other models will control 10, 12, 15. Depends how much money you want to pay, but for about $77, most people have less than 8 devices. If you only have 5 devices, you can buy a lower model, pay less money, and still get the same type of functionality, which is great. You also can customize on this particular model up to 23 favorite channels. So if you have 23 channels that are your favorite, like cartoons or the Three Stooges or the History Channel, whatever it may be, you can actually program that on your favorites. Click the favorite button and bang, you can really quickly get to those 28 channels. One of the features that I really like about this is there's a little help button. I know you can't see it, but the help button is right here. What happens is once in a while I actually turn this and click this to turn the TV off or on, and it doesn't work. And you're like, now what? Well, all you have to do is hit the help button, and the help button basically says something is wrong. So I'm going to show you the front of this button, the top of it, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but Mike will try to focus in. There's a watch TV, there's a watch movie mode, there's a listen to music, and there's more activities. Those buttons are all customizable. For example, the more activities button I can just have be my Roku box control. So let's try to take a look on camera 2 and see if we can get a close-up. There you go. All right, so there you can see what it looks like, and you'll notice I'm talking about those 4 red buttons that are on the top there. And please notice the help button that's right in the middle. On the second row, there's 3 buttons. There's a red on each side, and you'll see the help button right in the middle. Now, this button is really cool because if you click it, you're telling it something is wrong. Maybe it's not getting to the right channel. Maybe it's not turning the TV on. Maybe something's left on after you click turn everything off. All you do is click the help button, and it knows something's wrong, and it fixes it. And I've clicked the help button many a time because something goes wrong, and every single time I've clicked the help button, it instantly fixes the problem. And then it says, did this fix it? And all you do is say yes. If it didn't fix it, you click it again, and it will try the second best thing. But I have never had to click the help button twice. So what's really cool about this is even if it makes mistakes, click the help button once, and it will solve the problem. So I really, really, really like this. It's made my life simpler. I am so sorry that I didn't hook it up 2 years ago. And I will confess that the first time I plugged it in, it was a little screwy to my head. But I did have to call Wild Man Mike over, who came over, and he looked at me and he said, "Are you kidding? You can't hook this up?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing something wrong and I can't figure out what it is." So essentially what I did wrong, I did everything right, but my Cox Communication tuner says Cisco on it. And there's a bunch of different models. So essentially what I did not do is tip the box upside down and get the specific model number off it. It was, I don't know, XL960, but there's an XL960A, B, C, and I didn't put the exact right model into it. And once Mike put the exact right model into it, ba-boom, ba-boom, this thing just worked flawlessly. And the way you do that, the way you actually program this is, I'll try to show you this on camera 2. There's actually a USB plug, if you will, on the top of this. Let's see if we can find that on camera 2. There you go. So you can see that there's a USB plug, and that comes with the device, that you plug one end into that, and then you're going to plug the other end into your computer. And you have a free download. You just go onto the Logitech site. It says Logitech Harmony, and just download onto your machine the software. And this is what the software looks like. So on my laptop or your desktop or whatever top you want, you download the Logitech Harmony software. Mike, maybe you can bring that up. There we go. And this right now says, it shows me the devices that I have. I have 4 devices, and it tells you what types of devices you can hook up, which is pretty much everything. It tells me how many activities I've programmed into it. It will let me change or add. It will let me add favorites. I have total control over every function imaginable. Right now, this will show me specifically what devices I have programmed into my device. So I have a Samsung TV. I have a Denon model 1912 receiver. I have that Cisco DVR, and this is where I made my mistake. I put in Cisco DVR, but I didn't put in the model number, which is 9865HDC. I missed that step because I was in a rush, and consequently it didn't know which Cisco control box I had, and therefore every time I clicked it, it did nothing. So you've got to go slow, and it asks you the name of the company, Cisco, the model number. If you don't know it, you need to tip the device upside down or find where that's stamped on the individual unit and put that in there. And then last, you'll see that I have a Roku 2 on this device. This device controls up to 8 units. I only have 4 on here as it is, and I have room for 4 more. So that's a lot of space. Here's your activity buttons. You can add, subtract, take out things, customize buttons. Here's where you put your favorites in, and here are the settings. So there are probably 100 different variables that you can program real easy as long as you get the right model number in there. And this will work just flawlessly. The other thing that it will do is if you have a TV system set up in your living room, let's say, and you have a completely different system set up in your bedroom, if I'm only using 4 devices downstairs in the, let's say where the living room is, and I have 3 or 4 devices upstairs in the bedroom or wherever it may be, whatever the room is, you can all add it to this, and you can take this remote around with you, and it will work for everybody. One click. So I highly, highly recommend this. It's very easy to use. It's very affordable. And the other thing is it has that help button, which is flawless. At least so far, it's been flawless. And last but not least, if you have problems, you can actually call the company up, and you will get a real live human being that will walk you through things, who's experienced with it, and help you if you're having any problems. So I give this a 5-star rating out of 5 stars. I think you'll really, really like it. Again, if you don't want to spend $77, you don't have 8 devices you want to control, you can buy lower models. And I'll tell you something else. They do have these on the internet if you check out that are refurbished, and I have absolutely no problems buying refurbished equipment. So you can get a real good deal on these. And the other thing I've noticed Logitech has been doing for a while is there might be a model 850 now or a 750 device out. This is a 650. You can buy the 650 cheaper now because the 750 is out or the 850 is out. So again, this is probably an older model at this time. I think they're up to an 850. There may be a 900. I don't know. But again, as the models increase in functionality, you can buy the older models cheap, which, again, just work flawlessly. There's not one thing I can program on this. I could think that I need a program on this that this won't do. Not one thing. So, again, I think you'll enjoy that. I hope that you enjoyed the Gadget Professor. We will see everybody next Thursday night. So long.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.